Hey everybody, and thanks for tuning in to Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to continue to work on some Portulacaria Jade that have just been in a state of neglect. And you want to talk about overgrown, I mean look at this one. It's just crazy. Now I've talked in other videos about how I used to grow my Portulicarias up against the fence. Except the squirrels use the fence as a highway to get from one group of trees to another. And they were actually eating the trunks of Portulicaria because they're succulent, and I think they're trying to get some water. So this one has squirrel damage. If you look, you'll see that all this trunk here has all just kind of disappeared. Initially I was really angry, but then I found some they did ruin, but I found some that they actually created some very interesting effects from the squirrel damage. Anyway, if we look at this tree just in general, talk about overgrown. So here we go. I'm going to take off all this stuff. And I've sort of checked this tree out already, and I think I'm going to take it way, way down. Like, way down. And I don't know why I had to lower my voice when I said way down. Maybe just for effect. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to take this guy off here. Because I think I'm going to make this the front. Because if we look at the roots on this side, it's got really cool roots. So I think I'm going to make this guy a sumo. Or pseudo-sumo. So I'm going to take it way, way back. Okay, here we go. We got this one little guy here. He's going to be the leader. Then I could probably take my concave cutter. See, this has all sort of died, and we have a sort of a leader here. You know, if we went up into here, might have a tree that sort of looked like something, but I have decided I'm going to go sumo, or pseudo-sumo. Pseudo-sumo. There we go. How much more are we going to cut? Let's cut to there, and then we'll just make that a nub. And if we're going to go all the way, as they say, the full Monty, boom. Well, that changed it a little bit. Now you can't even see the thing. There it is. It's so cute. So we have very interesting Nabari, and it's going to just be a tiny little fat tree. And when I say gonna be, it could be a while. But I'm going to give it some fertilizer. Come spring, I'll root prune it, repot it into a smaller pot, because now it's way too big. The pot is way too big for it right now. And I have no problem doing this to trees that have just gotten so weird. This is going to be an interesting tree. And you know, the beauty of my collection is I have so much stuff that I can play like this. I can decide, okay, you know, I'm going to leave this one. So like on the next one I'm going to show you, I'm going to do something entirely different. And that is this one here. And man, is this thing pitiful. Holy cow. So pitiful. Oh, and also I'm trying to use a black background. Although the cinder block that I have the plant on is still very gaudy. But this guy is also, I mean, totally straight. No real branching. I had a branch here that died back, and there's more die back here. So this guy is going to get the exact opposite treatment of the one I just did. And it is going to be put into a much, much larger training pot. And I'm just going to let it grow and get bigger. I don't think it's ever going to look like anything in the state that it is right now. You know, could we do something like this maybe? Bring him down, or bring him down and have one branch, two branch. Perhaps, but I'm still going to put it in a bigger pot. I'm going to put it into a bigger training pot. It's probably easy enough. Oh yeah, it's just loose in there. And I'm not going to do that right now. But that's my plan for that guy, is to actually let him grow a little more. So once again, if I could still do what I just showed you, like this. So this would be the apex. But if this is a third, we talk about the rule of thirds, that the first main branch should be approximately 1/3 the height of the tree from the soil. So we have a third and a third. And of course the second third is off the picture. So this guy, if this is what is about 3 inches. So this is going to be a 9-inch tree, and right now it's only maybe 5 or 6. So that guy's going in a bigger pot. And then we have this one, which also has some very interesting trunk roots. I'm going to take off this little stuff here. Look at that, that has actually rooted. Can you believe that? Oh, well, not anymore. But there's the root that was attached to that piece when I brought up a piece of moss too, which of course we can just stick that back on there. Alright, where do we go with this one? The same kind of thing. It's just really, really, really in need. And this is the problem with neglecting trees, is when they just grow and then you've got a lot of decision making to make. So I don't recommend that you do this. And I don't want to call it a problem, but part of my situation is that I just have so many trees. And I'm looking maybe something like that. That might work. So I'm going to leave what will possibly be a back branch. But I left the one I did in my last video way long. In fact, I'll bring it and show it to you, because it's still on the bench here. See how long I left all this stuff? They could have very easily been trimmed way back. But that was the other video. So this one I am going to trim way back. I'm going to cut it to there, cut it to about there, and cut it to about there. And looking, if this is the front, if we do it this way, you see it shoots way back. So there's going to be, I'm going to need to bring it up into there. And possibly, I don't know, probably be a slanting style. But that's not bad either. I think that actually came out pretty nice. So, and it will be, in here. It's not going to be a large tree. And the one nice thing about these is they're so old that they just have a lot of character in the trunk and everything. So they're definitely worth trying to rehab. And that's it for this video. I'm trying to use the black background, and I'm not going to call it a new background because some of my very earliest videos I used the black background. That was a piece of hardboard, but it was very sort of glossy, semi-glossy. And even this in the viewfinder, I'm seeing that it just reflects so much light back into the camera. So I'm really not quite sure what to do with that. This is actually a chalkboard. If we pan out here, this is a chalkboard that my daughter played with when she was a little girl, and in 2 weeks she's going to be 39 years old. So that's how long I've had this chalkboard. So it's not optimum, but I thought I'd give it a try based on the suggestions of one of my viewers. So tell me what you think about the black background. Is it something, does it make it easier to see the trees? I probably need some kind of black piece of cloth over the cinder block to give it even better contrast. So I'm just still learning. You know, I'd like to claim that I know how to do bonsai, but my video skills are pedestrian at best. So I really appreciate everyone that has subscribed, and if you can overlook my production quality or lack thereof, then I really appreciate your support. So that's it for today. 3 little guys. Let's do a little review. This guy here, first main branch, second main branch, bring the apex up, probably bring this whole thing up like that. So that could be an interesting tree. The next one, we're going to still have first main branch, second main branch, bring the apex up, but I'm going to let it get bigger. I'm going to take it out of this pot and let it grow. And then the very last one, little tiny sumo. I left this stump in hopes of getting something here, and then hopefully something in here, and it'll just be a little tiny guy. So can we... So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and when you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you can watch what happens with these guys. Probably be a few months, but I try to keep updates on all of my different trees fairly regularly. And what I'm trying to do, I've only been doing this for 7 months now. Well, actually it's 8 months. I'm trying to get a database, so we'll watch this guy now for the next 2 years develop, and so then when you go back to this video, you can say, holy cow, look at how it started and look at how nice it is now. But that's going to be 2 or 3 years. So I really need your support to keep going for those 2 or 3 years, to get 2 or 3 years worth of videos. Of course, it's already the middle of September, so time goes by, there's no doubt about that. So that's the beauty of subscribing, is you'll be able to hit the notification bell and watch these guys as they go over 2 or 3 years. And then what I plan to do is to create, so let's say I make 3 or 4 other videos between now and let's say exactly 2 years from now, then I will create another video editing all those together, so you'll be able to watch the progression of this guy, 2 years worth of progression in about 10 minutes. So that's my goal. So please subscribe, help me get there. Like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the black background. I know the block probably needs to have some black cloth, something like that. And this is a very dull background, but it still is, for me, it's reflecting a lot of light. So I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.